Wake up, you big ape! Woo, woo, woo.
In Africa is where you'll find monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. The hair grows thick upon his face, his hide is full of fleas. He makes his home most any place among the tall fir trees. No use for brains, he doesn't think. Socially, he's a joke. He works in the rain and buys strong drink and nearly always broke. In Africa is where you'll find the monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. Now some folks think this is not true. No apes haunt BC. Well, the only thing you have to do is try the woods and see. Just go and take a little walk among the fallen trees and watch them dig a choker hole down on their hands and knees. In Africa is where you'll find the monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. And when they get the choker set, the big ape gives a yell. Hey-o! Then the little apes dash through the weeds like demons out of hell. Sometimes they do not holler and they break the haywire junk. Then they gather round the hooker and curse the whistle punk. In Africa is where you'll find the monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. And when at last the road is done and the rigging's at the pole, the big ape hollers straw line and the squirrel hunts his hole. And then he stands jaws full of snooze, excited as can be, just swears and tears and shouts abuse to the apes around the tree. In Africa is where you'll find the monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. The straw line whistles through the brush and the big ape gives a roar. Two apes are injured in the rush, they send a camp for more. The rigging ape is at the rear, stands by to holler high. Then he dangles in to change the gear as the haulback whistles by. Here we go. In Africa is where you'll find the monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. In Africa is where you'll find the monkey, ape, and gibbon. But in BC we have the kind that barely takes the ribbon. That barely takes the ribbon.